Hello, everybody. I'm Dorothy. Thanks for joining me today. I'm a professional astrologer. You can find me at dorothymorganastrologer.com. I've been doing this for decades. So we're going to talk about the astrology for May 27th. And I think I'm going to put the rest of the weekend in here, 28th and 29th. Monday, May 30th is the new moon. That video will be up just after this one. And so let's get started. I want to share my screen with you. And there we are. Awesome. Here we are. So here is Friday, the 27th. And I want to talk about the moon in Taurus. Now, the moon loves the sign of Taurus. It enjoys being in its own sign of Cancer, but the second favorite, Taurus. And that heightens our senses, right? When the moon is moving through this very earthy, very grounded zodiac sign, very earth, it's fixed earth. The things that it heightens and it brings to our attention are the things that we think are beautiful. We all have a definition of that. I like to get my hands dirty and plant flowers or vegetables and just get in the garden, putz around, do all those kind of things. To me, that is like heaven. I love the smell of the soil, or walk in the ocean, walk by the ocean, smell of the ocean, or in the woods, just smell the nature. I love those things. Those are all the senses of the moon in the sign of Taurus. Personally, for me, I hope to be doing plenty of that over this weekend here in the United States. We have, it's a holiday weekend. So Monday is a holiday when we honor our dead. It's a Memorial Day weekend. And so what goes on here is the way, and we're in the balsamic lunar phase. So after I finish my day today, I'm going to be out of here for a couple of days. Well, I'll be here, just not on this computer. I want to be out. I want to be out in the woods. I want to be enjoying nature, because that is what I like to do to recharge. And that's what I like to do during this balsamic lunar phase. Whenever we have the balsamic lunar phase, which is typically, depending on how fast the moon is moving, it typically is 2-3 days in that time frame. So we have that going on this time. So the balsamic phase asks us to slow down, to look within, just like Mercury is when it's retrograde. Slow down, take your time, go within, spend some time examining what you need to do. If you still haven't like shifted your old clothes, that your summer clothes from the winter clothes, we do that here in New England. It was 2 clear seasons where I had my summer clothes out and my winter clothes. And so if you shift those out, and so maybe you need to recycle some of them or get something new. Balsamic lunar phase. The reason I'm doing this real normal, is average, it's normal stuff that everybody does. This is how we can use this lunar phase over the next couple of days. Tie up loose ends, get rid of the things that we don't need anymore. And so I gave you my example of what the moon in Taurus is for me. Another thing that the moon in Taurus is barbecues. No, it's not necessarily barbecues, but it's the good food. It's good food, though, that sense, the sense of, you eat the food, you see the food first, or the food and the smells and the tastes. That's the moon in Taurus. So use this energy over the next couple of days while that moon is not even making any aspects to any other planets. I do want to get rid of the ascendant in the midheaven, because we're all in a different place. So, that doesn't count in this type of forecast. You see the column over here? That means that moon is making no aspects to anybody. So it is full on. Enjoy yourself over the weekend. So all of the 27th, let me get the ephemeris out. The moon entered Taurus at 2:22 a.m. Eastern time on the 27th. It's going to stay in that sign for quite some time. The first aspect it makes, it stays in that sign until 1:23 on Sunday, the 29th. This is Eastern time zone. So what else do we have going on today? What we have going on here is we also have Venus at 28 Aries, and she is making her exact square to Pluto. So she makes that square to Pluto, and that as well is early in the morning today on the 27th, but don't be overly concerned. We haven't missed it. We've been feeling it going on for a few days. Venus square Pluto, both cardinal signs. It can be a back and forth in a relationship, and not like oppositions, but a struggle between what I love, what I value, and how much control I'm giving somebody else. Am I letting go of some control to feel better, to alleviate a situation? So that is, it looks like you can see it here in the grid, Venus square Pluto. What is it that you need in your relationships, or what is it that you need that is enjoyable for you or that you value? And how you can like really capture that, either take your control back of a situation or release a situation and just let whatever be. Okay, so that's what we have on the 27th. I think I will animate this and we'll go one more day. Okay, I'm going to put up the new moon forecast after this too. I already said that. Still in the lunar phase, the balsamic lunar phase at 10:46 in the morning. Let me actually put that in. You can watch. Eastern time is when Venus enters her own sign of Taurus. So she's much happier here. Much, much happier in the sign of Taurus, because she just feels comfort and love and ease. And she can slow down, because when she's in Aries, she's just edgy. She feels really edgy. So in the sign of Taurus on Saturday, the 28th, again, just before 11 a.m. Eastern time, is we can really feel a significant shift and a relief. Still in the balsamic lunar phase. And this is now the first aspect the moon is making since it entered the sign of Taurus. Remember, it entered the sign of Taurus at 2:22 a.m. on the 27th. So at 9:50 a.m., the moon makes its conjunction to Uranus. And that's on the 28th, 9:50 a.m. on the 28th, the moon makes its conjunction to Uranus. And at 10:46 a.m., Venus enters the sign of Taurus. We will feel a significant shift there. This is fantastic for getting outside and doing the things that you love. I mean, I know not everybody's a big old fan of going out, but even if you're not a fan of being out in nature, do it as much as you can if that's a thing for you. However you like to be grounded, this is a wonderful way as well. Whether it's walking your dog, talking to your kids or your grandkids, whatever it is, or cooking a really good meal, that always is very grounding and helps us to come and be more present. And I hope that is helpful. All right, the 29th, here we are at 6:30 in the morning. Let's do that next. This is what I do. I have all the charts created for the weekly forecast in Patreon. We do this and we go in depth, but you get it ahead of time. So like right now, you're getting a little bit ahead and you're getting a sample what Patreon gets. It's a small membership fee. It's just a great way to support this content. I know there's tons of free content out there, but I would love your support. It would help me. So come and join us if you like. But here we get this just in the moment. So we're only a day or two away. So here's Sunday. And here's this event for Sunday. And what it is now we finally have Mars and Jupiter making their conjunction. They're contra-parallel down here, meaning they feel like an opposition. Up here, they feel like and look like a conjunction. It won't take but one day for Mars to join Jupiter on the other side of this path. This is the path of the sun through the sky, the ecliptic. And so Mars will come north now. And because they don't traverse a flat surface, they like a roller coaster around us. We're all kind of up and down and around. It looks flat because we have just a flat computer screen. So what do we do with this one? So with this one, and all of this is happening while we're still in the balsamic lunar phase. Mercury is at 26 Taurus, just finished moving through the 27th degree, which is where we had an eclipse back in November. You can look back to mid-November for that, see if anything else is activating in your life from I think it was November 19th, mid-November last year. What else is being stirred up during this balsamic moon conjunct where Mercury is retrograding, about to stop? It's giving us an opportunity to complete something. Now, back to this Mars-Jupiter conjunction and contra-parallel. The energy of this can be quite volatile. We've already seen that in the world today, not just today, but the last few days, the last week, as this Mars has been applying to to Jupiter. This is a very unskilled, this is a very destructive and very dark way of this energy to present itself. There's no doubt. So how do you want to look at it? How do you want to use it? How do you want to pull that into your own content, pull that into your own life? What's important in your life where you can take a risk, feel brave, challenge yourself in something? You want to find out where that early Aries is in your own chart, and the house placement of it will give you more insight. And if these things, connect with planets in your own chart. So that's in depth. You have to know enough. You have to know a fair amount of astrology to be able to pick out where that is in your own chart. You can also just have a reading. It's my job. I love to share. So Mars, Jupiter, conjunct, contra-parallel. They'll be parallel by the 30th, and then they're going to stay parallel as this is a separating aspect for about 6 days till June 6th. Here, I'll show you what this looks like. Let's just go one more day. See how, I know it's hard to see, but Mars has moved places. This is the 29th. See Mars? This is the 30th. Mars is over on the other side. It's on the north side, which again, so we're going to be feeling the energy of this conjunction between Mars and Jupiter for a long time, a good week. And we felt it, we've already felt it. Because as you know, to me, when Mars is in a fire sign, and especially its own sign like it is here, Mars and Aries, whatever aspects it is creating, either in the chart of that moment, or even compared to your own chart, I've always recognized, maybe because I have Mars and Aries, that it gets, I can feel it way ahead of time as it's coming towards, which is called an applying aspect. I can feel it, and I can feel, the inner stuff. I have it in the 12th house, so I don't typically use it. I'm not an aggressive person. I don't argue, I don't fight. I don't do stuff like that. It's just not for me. But I can pretend. I do that in my pretend world. I do medieval creation, so that's the pretend piece. So that's what we got going on here with all kinds of things. And then we have the new moon. And that new moon on the 30th is just after this chart right here. So it's at 7:30 in the morning. So it's just 1 hour later. Again, Eastern time. So there's the new moon at 9 degrees of Gemini. And now we have an opportunity for new insights, some communication. But again, while that moon is doing its thing, while it's still in the final phase, the moon in Gemini from 1:23 p.m. on Sunday, the 29th Eastern time, until this new moon on the 30th at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. The moon is in Gemini and balsamic, and that is about listening to the dialogue, old words, an influx of information that we need to process and clear and let go. That balsamic phase wants us to release those things. We always talk about that with the full moon because it's about recognition. But when the moon is dark like this, and we have those thoughts that only we can see that come in our head, this is the time for us to really process what's going on in our world. All right. I'm going to hold off on the Astro Dice today. Just one card. And I just told you the story. Storyteller. So I just told you a story. So I hope that works out for you. That was a great little. All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a great weekend. And US, have a good Memorial Day weekend. There's an opportunity for you to recharge and connect with friends and family that you haven't seen in a long time. And yes, blessings. I will see you again. Namaste.